Yo people, what is good? Back with another video. I'm going to be on my shit with these, mate. I've been very much on my shit with my Instagram content. If you don't follow the IG, follow the IG. But we're back, baby. I'm going to be very efficient at just recording these videos, mate, and just editing them on the day that I record them, at night time, that kind of thing. I don't really edit too much. I put the clips together, I take out the shite, put some tunes in the background maybe a voiceover, that's all that goes into it. Anyway, today's date, I don't know if you can see that. Today's the 15th, Thursday the 15th of January. I do like a Thursday. Back and arms. My Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are very busy with my coaching clients and work and form feedback and loom videos and WhatsApp replies. Trickles down a little bit on a Thursday, so I've got a little bit more free time. So, training session today, going to take you through back and arm session, how to grow some big back and arms. Run you through today's session, just a little bit of what I'm up to today. The usual drill, couple of meals going in, couple of exciting things for the next couple of months. I'm going to talk you through hair transplant protocol. That's it, we're getting it done. This year, April, we're getting a new hairline, bruv. We're getting a new hairline. No more hats. No more hats. Mate, I generally do love wearing hats. Low key to hide the hair, but 2, I do generally love the hats. 3, fuck knows, need new hair. So we're going to get that done. So I'm going to talk you through my whole setup with that, and how I'm going to kind of operate with kind of anabolics. Any questions you might have, anabolics, I'm getting a hair transplant, what if it falls out, So yeah, mate. Anyway, as I said, it is, or I didn't say, it's 7:45 in the morning. I've got a coffee sitting for me in the living room. I'm going to go drink that, then I'm going to make some breakfast, let that go down. Laptop is charging, so I can get some client work done, and then we're off to the gym, and I'll take you with me for some back and arms. I might also record today's session on my phone for Instagram, maybe, perhaps. Anyway, right, we need to re-record this because I tried to put this clip in the video. This is a couple of days later, editing the video. The clip that I was talking about, what I'm talking about, had no audio, so we go again. Can't remember word for word what went down, but the hair transplant. So, current hair, it's not looking good, bruv. So this is my hair just now. Let me put a screenshot of what my hair has been like. I'm going to actually show a screenshot of different styles. Used to have a quiff, right? And then I used to have like a middle part. Then I kind of wore it forward for a bit. Just over the years, mate, I've been using anabolics now since July 2021. That could be a good video, in fact. Like my anabolic steroid usage over the years, my experiences, my physique development, what I did right, what I did wrong, all that good shit. But I started using like just TRT back in July 2021. And when I started it, I was already at a high body fat, and then I was just bulking, eating on TRT for like 4, 5, 6 months, and then we put a little bit of Primo in, and then a little bit of Test and Primo, but I think the highest I got to was like 300. So I was only using 600 milligram within my first year and a half. So by the time it was like the end of 2022, start of 2023 is when I started using a little bit more. And it happened a little bit quickly with my coach at the time, which I was happy to do. And then that's when I started seeing some thinning starting to take place, but I just never caught it early enough. The issue was back then when I bulked, I was not on top of supplementation, like good omegas, good antioxidants, anti-inflammatory supplements. My nutritional quality was very poor at the time. I was almost doing if it fits your macros and just having like so much refined sugars. All these things aren't keeping your health in a good spot, which aren't going to cause hair loss, right? But if you've not got a healthy body, if you're not in a position of being health conscious, then I don't think that's going to particularly help the anabolic usage get into the hair. It's very genetic dependent. Like, you could take anabolics and have a full dead of hair your full time taking them. You could take them and within fucking 3-4 months your hair starts to fall out. I've just been linearly since 2021 till probably since the last year is when it's just kind of, that's it, plateaued off now. For me, it was just a bit of thinning at the hairline, a little bit of a recede, and then my crown, which is massively thinned a lot as well. That's where I just ended up getting it buzzed, because when it was so long, like, you could start to see it, and it just doesn't look good, man. I didn't want to be that guy that was keeping his hair, but you could clearly see it was fucked. So, plan of action for the hair transplant is I've just sent my message this morning to where I'm getting it done, which will be the Merchant City Medical Group in Glasgow. So I've just sent my message there to get that all sorted and book in the date, which is going to be ideally the week commencing the 14th of April, because on that week, that's going to give me another 6 weeks of bulking at the moment, with some increased food, which I just went in, and then some increased anabolics for this last 6 week push. And then I'll get a nice little bit of dieting before the procedure, so I'll get probably 5 weeks of dieting. I'm already pretty lean, so it will allow me to be even leaner, maintain a nice lean set point, because if I can't train for 2, 3, 4 weeks, I'd rather be in that position and maintain a lean physique. So then when I get training stuff back introduced, I can just continue the diet, and then we go into another big growth phase. And Bob's your fucking auntie, mate. So I'm still going to be using anabolics even after the hair transplant. I just know what done my hair in the most. For me, I think it was having a DHT a little bit higher. So what I've been running on this growth phase is a higher test base. So I feel good off high test. It feels good with me. I don't aromatize, I don't get any like gyno, I don't get watery nips, I don't get acne, I don't feel weird, it doesn't affect my mental state. But when I push up my DHT, whether it's primo or mast, and that goes elevated a lot, that's when I noticed my hair went a good bit. I noticed it going the most during my bodybuilding prep at the back end of 2023 throughout 2024, because I was utilising some orals, I had a little bit of training there, and just the stress that placed in my body. I was very stressed a lot. My business was kind of falling apart a little bit at that point, like I just wasn't picking up clients, that was stressing me, prep was stressing me. I started binge eating, that didn't help my hair. 6-7 months of binge eating and eating shit and processed foods probably didn't help my hair and my health. So anyway, I'll still be using anabolics, I just know what I should have my cycle design. For me, higher test, a little bit lower DHT, and I feel good off that. And I know that I've only got a couple of years left in this game. I do plan to compete again, well, not again, for the first time. Obviously I've prepped already, got pretty fucking shredded. I'm going to put a wee photo here of how I looked. This was my first ever bodybuilding prep. I went from like 110 kilo to 88 kilo. And then in hindsight, during that prep, when I got the most shredded I've been, I was definitely undersized. You know, had a carb loaded up a little bit, put some stuff in there to bring a harder look. You know, might have looked good, man, but I'm undersized. So the goal is to compete, and I do believe once I've competed, I'll be then done with like blasting and cruising. I'll just run a nice cruise dose. You know, I might at the odd time do like a wee mini bulk and elevate drugs a little bit, but it's nothing to what I'm doing out of. I think my drugs at the moment are at 1.3 gram, 1.4, 1.3 grams for the week, which is the highest I'll happily go, and that's me just got to that in this last wee push. But by the time I've done competing, which will be 2028, my plan was to compete in 2027. But I just need more size, and then 2028 means that I can do the Scottish season, because the Scottish bodybuilding shows are the end of March and like April. There's like 3 big bodybuilding shows in Scotland, and I want to do them because it's close to home. I don't need to travel too far. I know everyone up in the Scottish bodybuilding industry. I don't know everyone, but I know a lot of the coaches, a lot of the prep coaches. I know a lot of people that are athletes within that as well, and it would just be cool. My family and that there, my pals, it'd be cool, mate, it'd be cool. My coach there as well, that'll be awesome, and then content for it. So I'm already buzzing. So the work begins now. But as I said, I know I've only got a short window in this game. So the hair transplant getting done in April. I'll be on TRT as of March. So I'll be on TRT March, April, maybe a little bit of May, 12, 14 weeks. Drugs go back in. We get the rest of 2026 growing. Another TRT phase, another big blast, then a little mini cut, prep, shows, 2028, compete, hopefully look alright, hopefully place a little bit, and then just maintain a just nice, lean, jacked fucking physique for the rest of my life, mate. And that's me. That's a game plan. Unless I do very well when I compete and I've got a competitive itch, which I hope I don't, mate. I don't know. Imagine that, you start doing really well, IFBB Pro, get on, no chance. But you know what I mean? Like, I've got a competitive hunger, so that's my fear. What if you do really well? What if you compete in like Classic and you get told, right mate, you add some more size, mate, you're going to be an amazing Classic athlete? Or I might show up, people are like, yeah, this isn't for you, mate. Aye, sweet, cool, I'll pack it in. But either way, like, taking more roids for how long? By the time I compete in 2028, that'll have been me using anabolics for 6.5 years, man. Using it for any longer at that point is just ego. Like, how much more size do I need? If I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder, how much more size do I need? My coaching business is in a really good spot. I've got great family, great friends, I'm happy, mate. It also allows me to have normality in life again. But anyway, I'm rambling, mate. That's my plans. Finish this bulk, hair transplant, TRT, another bit of time in the game, which my hair should be fine. If it's not, I'll get a fucking another one, mate. But I know a lot of bodybuilders that are using anabolics have had hair transplants. Christian Bumstead, C-Bum, got a transplant 2 or 3 years ago and still bodybuilded for a few years. Hair's fine. I know Brandon Hardbody. I know a guy called Max. Mirror Max on Instagram got his done. There's a lot of people that have done it, man. So anyway, I'm rambling, this is a long clip, but let's get back to the rest of the video. Hair transplant chat done. I've got fucking the hair, it's depressing, I want to feel good again, so April is the date. And it's time to get myself to the gym. Let's run you through the session setup, shall we, before we get in about it. What is today's session? So, the big ones. Firstly, I kick off with a lat pull down, very basic, very traditional. I was always starting with a single arm pull down, something where I can bias the lat just a little bit more, or sometimes even a neutral grip pull down. But there's something about just a regular lat pull down I just like, mate. I feel like when I do my front double, getting really strong with the lat pull down just gives a bit, just being able to get that right into the fucking lat there. This shit just gets hit very nicely. So I just like it. Some days I just pick and movements you enjoy, and I very much enjoy a latte pull down. So I've been doing a lat pull down, and then I've been doing an arm movement early on. I really want bigger arms, so I've been making an effort within the past couple of months to do a little bit of arm work earlier on in the session. So if I'm doing push, I may do a bicep curl pretty early on in the session, maybe after my first or second chest press. Pull's the same, so I likely do like a lat pull down and then some sort of tricep movement, typically a push down with a bar or a V-bar, and then I go into the big stuff. I've been doing the Watson T-bar row, try to get 4 plates on that. I get 75 kilo, which is 5 kilo away from 2 plates for 6. So if I can work that up to 7, 8, 9, I will then go up to 4 plates. If I can row 4 plates, probably have a bigger back if form is standardised. Then it's like some fun stuff. Then I'll do a single arm pull down. Then I'll do an upper back row, like a plate loaded one. And then that's pretty much a single arm cable row, or just a double arm cable row as well. And that's pretty much the session, with some arms as well at the end, some biceps, triceps. So I'm going to get in about it. Getting about the damn thing. As I was saying in the last clip, hair consult went down very nicely, so I just need to get things booked. As I said, I'm picking April because it gives me the ability to finish off this bulk, and then gives me a good couple of weeks to peel back a little bit. I don't need loads of time to diet. Like, the diet I would be doing anyway, if there wasn't a hair transplant, would likely be 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 at most if that was needed. So I'll get 5 weeks of dieting before the transplant, which will already see me being pretty lean, because I've never really started a diet, not in the past 1.5 to 2 years anyway, with this level of consistency, with training being the best it's been, with food quality being the best it's been, with condition being the tightest it's been throughout a bulk. So I know 5 weeks of dieting, it will come in so fucking quick. I'll also be utilising some Reta again this diet. It's just a tool I'm happy to use. I don't mind paying that money for it. It's not really an expense, and I'm getting some benefits from it as well. from a fat immobilisation standpoint, and then from a little bit of hunger as well. So why not use something like that when it's available to us, and it's only in a small amount. So that will get things moving even more. And then, as I said, recover from the transplant. We may just sit in maintenance for those weeks. I suppose it depends where I'm at from a level of leanness and how the body's responding. I've got no issue still keeping my calories fairly kind of lower. Obviously I need to recover from the transplant, so I need to make sure micronutrients and supplementation is in a really good spot. May introduce a couple of peptides post-transplant just to speed up the recovery process, maybe some BPC, maybe some MOTC, maybe some SLU. We'll put in a couple of bits and bobs, and I also just want to trial some peptides as well to see how I feel. And then obviously we'll continue the diet for 3-4 weeks after that. Then it's back to growing. Now I did say in the last clip, and I just had a wee think about it, about obviously maybe competing the back end of 2027, but for me it's picking months that I'm going to be very happy to diet and prep and be that locked in way. Obviously I'm not prepping this year, and if I look at next year, I don't want to prep over summer. I just don't. My summer's my summer. I don't make money for bodybuilding. It's not my job. It's not my passion of being a bodybuilder. I just love the sport, and I love what it's brought me, and I love the process. So for me to prep over July, August, September, because I thought if I was doing shows next year, it'd probably need to be October and November. That means I need to prep over June, July, August, September. So I'm not going to lie, mate. I think I'm now very much keen to look at doing the Scottish show up in Scotland, right? If you're watching this and you're from down south or whatever, if you're watching this and you're from Scotland, you'll get it. But it would be awesome to do the Scottish season. I'm not going to be ready, like big enough to be competitive in 2027, not at all. I won't be far off, but there's some big boys. So if I can get the rest of 2027 growing, that means I can start prep end of November in 2027, which is almost 2 years of growing, mate. Right, if that's 24 months, or November, 22 months, now that we're in January, it's very likely 18 of those months, 17 of those months will be spent off season. That's a lot of muscle to add, man. And the Scottish shows would be cool, because I know everyone up here, I know a lot of the Scottish competitors, I know a lot of the Scottish coaches. I'm from here. There's some big shows. We've got the Granite, we've got the PCA, there's a Two Bros show, so there's 3 really good shows I know I can do that are pretty close proximity. Then I may get a wee one down south as well, so maybe kind of 4 shows or something. Do you know what? I think that sounds good. I'm going to change it. I've been saying to people, compete in 2027, but nah. Scottish shows 2028, 2 years away. Fuck, that sounds mad, doesn't it? 2 years away. I think that'll be the setup. Sick. Scottish shows 2028. That's going to be my plan. Going to update my coach, let him know that's the plan of action. Gives us more time to grow. Because I don't want to go competing just to say I've done it. I want to obviously say I've done it because I've lived, eat, breathed this for a while. But also, I'm competitive, mate. I want to go up and look the part, be the part, not be like, oh, he was so undersized. I don't want that. Right now, definitely undersized. Not everywhere, but nah, everywhere, mate. Anyway, so fucking let's go train, mate. Back, arms, come on. I just done a couple of rice cakes there with some honey. Made my wee bottle of juice for the gym. The gym fits on. We've got a wee tank top on. We've got the new pair of trainers on. Not new, I've had these for like 2 years. And I think I must have worn them 2 handfuls of times. So they're going to become a pair of gym trainers now. So anyway, let's go take you through some back and fucking arms, bro. Let's get it. Yes, people, let me run you through my pull and arms session. Let's get it. So, a bit of delts to start with. Now, because I'm at the end of a bulk, I've got a lot more food at play now. Drugs have been up to a little bit. I'm going to try and tag on just a little bit more delt volume. So, this is my Thursday session. I've not trained push or hit delts since the Tuesday. So I've had a day to recover, so I've just literally put in 2 sets in at the start of this pull session, so the frequency of me hitting delts is increased,
and I've only put in a little bit of volume there as well, just to get a bit more delt. I want to look wide as fuck. Usually do a regular lat pull down, but the three gals next to me decided to hog it. Ken on, it's a free gym, do what you want, girls, hope you've had a fucking belter. So I jumped on this, man, felt very nice. D-handle pull down, you can adjust how far out and how close this is. So I like going a little bit wider. I tried to replicate a lat pull down. All I'm thinking about doing is just really driving through with my elbows. Look at my hands, I'm not really gripping it that tight with my hands, and I don't grip it tight with any back movement. I'm just thinking about that elbow direction and driving through the elbow. So we've done 2 sets of delts and we've done 2 sets of pull down there. I like to do a lat pull down or some sort of lat movement first. I feel like if I do a T-bar row first, I don't feel as warm. I feel a little bit like I get dry joints, so that warms me up a little bit. And then onto my big bread and butter, the T-bar row. I would love 4 plates on this. I've basically put the handles a lot closer on this, and it feels really nice on my mid/upper back. So 2 sets here. Really try to drive those elbows back behind me and really squeezing the mid traps, the upper back, the rhomboids. So that was 3 plates and a 15 kilo. I would love to get 4 plates, 4 and a bit on that. And naturally, I'll have a bigger back, mate. Now it's on to some isolation, right? So I'm a big fan of a single arm cable row. The arm that I'm working, if I'm working my right arm, my right lat, I tend to put my right leg, the same side leg in front. It just allows me to really limit the body rotating. So like if I had the right leg behind me, it's very easy for me to then pull all the way back and rotate the body in order to get that lift and get that contraction. So I'm literally just thinking about keeping my right shoulder tucked down, almost crunched down at the side, and really dragging the elbow across the floor. That's what I'm thinking about doing to really bias that lat. So as you can see, I went from lat to upper back to lat, and then I'm back to an upper back / mid back row. Because of the diagonal angle I'm lying at and where the elbows are being pulled, it's very mid trap here, and this feels very nice. There's multiple loading points on this machine. I'm loading all the weight on the top peg, and that's going to bias the lift or the back in that lengthened position. So it's going to be quite hard at the bottom when I'm fully stretched, and then it's going to drop off as I contract through. So every movement you can see there has been 2 sets. Then I wanted some more arm work. I like this single arm cable curl, but I don't face the cable. I face away from the cable, and it allows us to basically just challenge the bicep in a bit of a different range. It will challenge it a bit more in that lengthened, and it will drop off a little bit at the top, which is a very nice feeling. So single arm here, I think I've done 3 sets per arm. I'm just kind of trying to line the cable up, so it's right behind my elbow joint and my wrist joint. They're all nice and lined up, because as I'm trying to grow some bigger arms, the arm volume and workload is a little bit higher. So naturally, if everything I do is double arm, I tend to get some kind of elbow niggles, wrist niggles. So I don't do every arm movement as single arm, because I can't be fucked and I've not got time for that. But I do a couple of them single arm just to prevent my joints getting a beating. Overhead extension, this machine's lovely. 3 sets on this as well. I don't think I videoed it, but I also done 3 sets of hammer curls and a set or 2 of overhead extensions. Push downs. I'm not really tracking a lot of the volume for arms. I just know that I do 2 by, 2 try, 3 times a week with 3-4 sets at times, sometimes 2. I just go off a feel, but I just know they're getting an absolute bollocking. As I'm trying to grow some big arms, triceps and biceps, I'm really treating the isolation like I would a squat, a leg press, a pull, a push. Full fucking stretch, deep, pause at the hole, drive out, contract hard, and just try and keep that form as on point as I can.
Yo people, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really film the rest of that day. Very good at these, aren't I? Do you want any to grab? Do you know what I need to get? Do I get one today? Do I even see the little DJ Osmos? The little portable cameras? You know what I'm talking about. I don't even need to fucking show you. Osmo DJ Osmo Pocket 3. This thing. I might grab this. This camera is not like the biggest setup, but it's a pain in the fucking cunt to walk around with. I know I could use my phone, but it's not the same. Having a wee thing is cool. Anyway, it is a few days later. I'm going to start recording a new video today, but I thought I need to record an outro for the last video. So what better way to finish with a wee fasted physique update, shall we? So that video that I was recording was pool. That was on Thursday. I then got up to some stuff on the Thursday night, went out, got a meal, went to the cinema, and then went a big massive walk on the Friday. Back at Thai boxing as well. So I like Muay Thai. I started Thai boxing when I was younger. Done it for a few years, gave it up, and I just started like gymming, lifting weights, bodybuilding, whatever you want to call it. But I've always had dabbled. Like I've always had a bag downstairs. I've sniffed it. Hey, get on. I've always had a bag, and I've always just fucking laid into the bag with some boxing, and then every now and again, like one of my best pals, we done Thai boxing together, and then sometimes just spar, put like the gloves and shin pads on, and just fucking practice and stuff. So I've always still had it kind of there. I've always watched the UFC, but since last July, August, maybe July, I got back to it. Maybe it's summertime. When was it? June, July. But you kind of doing it again ever since. Took a wee break, but I'm now got a one-to-one kind of session with one of the guys that runs it every bi-weekly Monday, and then I went to sparring last night, like 15 2-minute rounds, just constantly fucking boxing, kicking, kneeing, clinching. So my body's a little bit battered and bruised, so it is. But I love it, mate. I love it. You get a bit of confidence from it, man. A bit of confidence. I think as a man, as a person, guy, female, whatever, if you've got the confidence that you can handle yourself in any situation, mate, it's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling. So if anyone wants to come at me, don't fucking bother. So let's get a physique update. I think that's okay there. I think I need a new tripod. This one feels a little bit out of whack. Sorry if you can hear a very loud noise. I've got the air fryer. The air fryer is on because the breakfast is pending, but let me just take my jail tracksuit off. Looks like I'm in fucking prison with the all grey, but it's what we do. Oh, come on, lad. Come on, let's give you a wee physique. Look at this, man. That's not bad, by the way. I've got 6 weeks left of a bulk, and this is the condition we're in. It's not bad, man. It's not bad. The best I've ever handled a bulk in my life. Very happy. The fact that I can look like this just now is very cool. It just basically means as well, like when we start this little diet, pre-hair transplant, and just tidy things up a little bit, set a new baseline, it just means that the speed in which we can get very lean is very quick. Like I don't think it'll be longer than 7-8 weeks. Obviously the hair transplant kind of puts a bit of a kind of halt on that, but very happy with how things have been handled. So yeah, let's get it. Let me show you the rig. And that'll do, guys, that'll do. I'm out of fucking breath. Anyway, back on the YouTube grind, as I said. I may get that little DJ Osmo Pocket 3 thing, but I don't fucking know. My camera's not that big. It's pretty small. I don't know if you can see the reflection. Nah, it's quite small. It is probably like the same size as an iPhone in terms of like, is it? It's about the same size as an iPhone, just fucking quadruple the thickness. So anyway, I'm out of breath, man. Bacon is in the air fryer, almost there. 200 grams of sourdough. Food just got upped, 3.8 thousand calories a day. Let's get it. So guys, I'm gonna wrap the video up there. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna start a new video just after this, so we're on the ball. whenever you're watching, have a great day, have a great night, have a fucking fantastic afternoon, and I'll catch you motherfuckers in the next video. See you later.